All right, ready. Thought I would make a little video here on my trip up to my old man's house during this whole coronavirus thing. I'm out of work for probably going to end up being about 5 months altogether. So, been doing a lot of work around the house, a lot of household projects. But I'm trying to have a little fun too, so I'm heading up here to my dad's. He's got a full tactical gun range up here, so brought up a couple of my pistols to do a little shoot. We might have a couple of his buddies coming up to shoot with us, but I got I'm bringing a little Plinker. I got a couple Target 22 pistols. Got a little Model 41 Ruger, and I brought my Glock 17 just to do a little plinking with. We typically will shoot from anywhere from 10 yards back to 30 yards with the pistols. Anyway, that's not the reason for making the video, just kind of giving you a heads up on, I guess, what I'm doing today, if you care. But my video, it's going to hopefully be a short one, but it's more on beards. I haven't made a beard video in a while, because the last time I think I made a video, I trimmed the whole sides, trimmed it all down into just a big goatee. But since this whole outbreak, I haven't shaved anything, touched anything, with the exception of I'll like pull my mustache out to the ends, and I'll cut the little wispy ends off of the mustache. Oh, let me get myself up to speed here so I can do the cruise control thing. There's nothing more annoying than when you're on the highway and people don't use their cruise control. I hate passing the same person 3 and 4 times because they'll speed up and then they slow way down. And then when you get close to them, then they try to speed up again. It's like they don't want you to pass them, but yet, yeah, it's this whole thing. So I usually set my cruise control at a couple miles just over the speed limit, because everyone else is doing like 20 miles over the speed limit. So that's why I can just kind of hang in the right lane and I don't have to pass anybody. I hate passing people. It's just so annoying. It's not like you're going to get there any sooner anyway if you're doing 20 over the speed limit. Anyway, enough rant there. So anyway, this video is more about the beard, my Corona beard. I haven't trimmed anything other than, like I said, the little ends of my mustache. I haven't trimmed the length of it or anything. And I definitely haven't trimmed the sides. And more importantly, I have not trimmed the cheeks at all. It's the first time I think I've gone this long without the urge to cut in cheek lines. And I'm pretty happy with them. I mean, they're pretty high. I do have some wispy hairs up here that you really can't see in the video. But you can see usually when I would cut my line in, I'd come down, but you can see as I'm driving. Don't try this at home, kids. You can see how high it comes up. But I like it. You know, it keeps me from having to break the razor out and ultimately screw it up and ultimately have to shave it off again. Length is pretty good. I think the last time I measured it, at probably 7.5, 8 inches in length. My beard's a little deceiving because it's so curly. It just pulls up on itself. So if I want to get a true length, I got to kind of pull it down. But it is what it is. I'm not complaining. But one thing I wanted to really talk about in this video is beard care. And I've tried all kinds of like specialty products and stuff that you can buy, at stores and online to keep your beard conditioned and stuff. But I'll tell you what I've been doing since I started growing the Corona beard, it's super simple, but it's the most effective thing that I've tried so far. And what I do is when I get in the shower, I typically don't even may sound gross, but my beard always smells good and it seems clean. I don't really directly wash my beard at all. Like, I won't throw any kind of soap or anything in my beard and scrub it. I mean, if I'm washing my bald head and my face and the soap gets down here, I'll rinse it out. And to me, that's all it needs. The worst thing you can do to a beard is to put soap in it and strip it of all those oils. But what I've been doing is I get regular head conditioner. It's whatever's in the shower when I'm in there. Whatever my old lady gets, whatever brand it is, I pump out a good big, portion in my hand, and I start at my mustache, and I really work this front area because that's where all the denseness is, and I just put it in there, and then I go about my shower routine, washing everything else, and I don't try to pull that conditioner out at all. I mean, some of it washes out with just the water hitting it, but I try to leave as much of it in as I can. Then I get out, take my towel, and kind of rub it in, because at this point it's kind of worked its way into my beard, and I just leave it in there. It's like a leave-in conditioner without having to buy the specific leave-in conditioner. And then as I'm drying off, I get it so it's not dripping, and I use my homemade beard oil. And my whole homemade beard oil is basically nothing but almond oil, because it's the cheapest base oil that I can find. I usually will buy it through Amazon, big bottles. They're super cheap. I throw some jojoba oil in. So basically, if you're looking at percentages, I would say it's probably 70% almond oil. Then jojoba, which is really expensive and it comes in these little bottles, I might put 20%, so that brings me up to 90%. Then I get me some vitamin E oil, which also is pretty expensive, comes in small bottles. I add maybe 10% to that, so I'm at 100%. But then if I want to have some smell to it, which I don't really care, but sometimes I do, I'll throw a couple drops of an extract in it. Maybe I don't know, peppermint, maybe I've done lavender, pine, cedar, but you gotta be real careful with those concentrated oils. They'll burn your skin. I've put too much in before, and it immediately will irritate my skin, make it itch and burn underneath my beard. So I don't put much at all in anymore, just enough. And sometimes I'll put some in, and then when it comes time to refill my beard, because I use a little dropper bottles, I won't add any more of the oil extract. I'll just add the base oils to it, and it still has a good smell to it. And to be honest with you, after a couple days of using that oil, you become desensitized to it, and you can't smell it anyway. So it is what it is. So every once in a while I'll throw a little scent in it just to give it a change up. But that's pretty much it. I mean, it's super easy. I don't have to spend a lot of money. I really honestly just think any hair conditioner, and if you leave it in your beard, and I do it every day. When I get in it, I take, at least one shower a day, sometimes two, depending on how dirty and grungy I get. But I take a big old couple squirts of that, whatever that hair conditioner is in the shower, put it in, rub it through my beard, and I just let the shower run down over my head, but I don't rinse it out. And since I've been doing that I guess I've been out of work now for going on 2 months. That's when I started doing it. It stays super soft, and on top of it, it's very sorry, I've got to change lanes here. I got someone actually going slower than I am, which is kind of rare. It makes it volume. It gives a lot of volume to the beard, so it just looks thicker and fuller. I mean, I got a thick beard anyway, so. But what I mean by is at the bottom, like sometimes as my beard would get longer, and it would get brittle, dried out, I get like split ends, and it would kind of separate at the bottom, and that's what kept me from getting a long beard, because when I get to when my beard would dry out, it'd start breaking off down here, and then I have to trim it off to have that nice solid line. But I have not touched anything in 2 months since I shaved the cheeks off, so I've got a little, I feel like the sides are a little more than an inch long now. But I check my beard for split ends and stuff, and I'll comb it out to see if it's even, and it's still completely even. I mean, I sit and do this all day, so it looks like it's kind of pointed, but it actually is cut off on I block it off at the bottom. And I don't touch the neck at all. I trim, my sideburns wherever I just feel like it. When I shave my head like every couple days with just a regular. I have this cool head shaving electric razor, and it's like U-shaped, and it's like this wide. I think it's made by Remington, and it's made for the contour of your head, as opposed to like the ones for like trimming, like tapering your hair and stuff. It works really good. You don't cut your head with it, and I do that every 2 or 3 days, depending on how bad it looks. And at that point, it's when I trim my sideburns up here on the side. My sideburns are actually pretty long for me. Usually they're further down, but that's one of the things that I feel like I can just kind of go with and change up, and it doesn't change the way the beard looks at all. So anyway, I was hoping this was only gonna be like 5 minutes, and I'm at like 12 minutes because I tend to ramble. But again, like I said, all natural. Last time I made a beard video, well, I think I made one after I shaved the sides off, and then one like a couple weeks in. But like I said, this one's going on 2 months in to where I trim the sides down. It's all blended back in. I figured it would. But anyway, thanks for watching, and hopefully you got something out of it. I really do find that the simplest things with the beard are the ones that you're going to stick with, and you don't have to spend a ton of money to have a beard that looks good, and you don't have to buy a bunch of beard specific products like beard specific soap, beard specific conditioner. You don't have to buy the beard oils that are already pre-mixed for you. You're paying $30, $40 for a bottle. That would last me a week, because when I put my beard oil on, I do 2 full droppers in my hand, and I start here and then I work it in, 2 of them, and by the end of the week that whole bottle will be gone. I'm not spending $30, $40 a week on beard oil, so that's why I make money. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I would say stay safe out there, but whatever.